Rahul, can you tell me what does order to cash mean?
I guess it is as the name suggests, the process from the point the customer places the order to the point the customer pays money for the product or service ordered.
Well done. It is as the name suggests. Let us look at a broader definition of the order to cash process. Order to cash is an integration point between finance, or FI, and sales, or SD. It is also known as OTC or O2C in short form. It is a business process that involves everything from receiving the sales order from the customer to delivering and invoicing the product to the customer. It comprises of sales order, delivery, post-goods issue, or PGI, and billing. Order to cash sometimes also includes two pre-sales activities, inquiry and quotation. These two pre-sales activities trigger the sales order. The OTC process is a very important process in the enterprise resource planning, or ERP, software. Now, let's look at the different stages in an order-to-cash process. The end-to-end process, including the pre-sales activities, starts when a customer inquires for an inventory item, that is, the finished goods for a company. The customer gets a quote for the item and places an order for the quantity needed. A user from the company places the customer's order and passes it on for further processing. A delivery document is created based on the sales order. This document is used by the inventory to pick the product from the warehouse and ship it to the customer's shipping address. This is the realization of post-goods issue. An invoice, that is the billing document, is now created based on the delivery document. The invoice can be sent along with the product or later for customer's payment. I think the best way to explain the OTC process would be rewind back to the time when you came into our office wanting to buy a bike.
Wow, that would be great. Let's rewind.
Now that we have seen the various stages in an OTC process, let me try and connect these stages directly to your experience with us.
That would be awesome.
Let's look at inquiry. Click on inquiry. Inquiry is the first stage in the OTC process. This stage can be defined as the stage where a potential buyer is inquiring about a product that he or she is interested in. Does that ring a bell, Rahul?
Yes, it does. I did do some inquiring about the bike with your front desk personnel. I in fact asked her for a catalog of bikes that you manufactured.
This is basically what an inquiry means.
I got it, Lisa.
Let's now look at quotation. Click on quotation. A quotation is a formal statement of promise that a potential supplier gives to a potential buyer. This document contains the terms of sale, payment, and warranties of the product inquired of.
I had inquired about the cost of the bike, and it was you who gave me the quotation for the bike.
That's true. I did give you a quotation. Based on this quotation, you decided to buy the bike. You then gave your approval and we moved forward to the next stage.
Yes. I remember that.
Here, I would like to include the term, pre-sales. Inquiry and quotation together constitute pre-sales.
Can you elaborate on what is pre-sales and why is it needed?
Sure, let's take a look at it.
Rahul, the scenario I have explained thus far was for the pre-sales stages, that is, inquiry and quotation. To be precise, pre-sales consists of a set of activities that are involved prior to a sales order being placed. For example, in this scenario, we see that the buyer reads about the bike in a newspaper advertisement. This is the pre-sales activity by the company. Once the buyer is interested, he calls up, inquires and gets a quotation from the customer care executive. This is the pre-sales activity by the customer. It is important to note that pre-sales activities are non-binding on the buyer. The seller, in this case, is technically bound by the fact that it cannot modify the costing for the product once a quote is sent.
I have a question. Why do we need pre-sales?
One of the most important reasons for pre-sales in an organization is to establish and maintain customer relationships. If the pre-sales activities have been successful, the customers will order the corresponding goods and/or services. Pre-sales activities include the following: entering and tracking customer contacts, mailing campaigns, answering customer telephone queries, inquiries, quotations.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. You will now see a simulation on how to create a quotation. In this demonstration, you will see how to create a quotation. The quotation created in this demonstration will be referred to when you create a sales order. You will also see how to view the document flow to observe the changes to the status after creation of each document. VA21 is now entered in the transaction box. Click Enter. The quotation type field is filled out. The sales organization field is filled out. The distribution channel field is filled out. The division field is filled out. Click Enter. The sold to party field is filled out. The PO number field is filled out. The valid to field is filled out. The material field is filled out. The order quantity field is filled out. Click Enter. Click Save. You can also press Ctrl+S. Here, you can note that the quotation number 2000007 has been created. In the following steps, you will see how to view the document flow for the quotation created.